whipped away on the leg side. That was a good wicket shot. And Bangladesh record 300 runs. Only the 9th time in their short test match history that they've got to 300. 42 runs adrift now.
Well, they've made England work hard. You can take heart from this, Bangladesh, that they've reached 300. Still trail by 42, but it's been a much better effort. Braver effort.
Another no ball.
And this partnership now is worth 50 from 55 deliveries. Aftab Ahmed is 70. Tapash Bayaship is 18. So it's a good rearguard action, is this? It's good for the team. Good for morale. They've been woeful at times, but this has been a much better effort.
That's a well taken single.
50 partnership coming up in very good time indeed. So a couple of milestones this morning for Bangladesh. 300 posted and a 50 partnership. So this is the 9th wicket. .303 for 8.
There'll be something in this pitch this morning. It's been covered overnight and covered for most of the morning. A lot of moisture around. Looks very, very dry there. You can see the bowlers' runoffs. But when the pitch is covered with plastic sheeting and there's so much moisture around, in this first half hour, so Harmison's first over, you'd expect some movement. And this cricket ball now is 71 overs old, but it'll still be in good condition.
Harmison to Aftab Ahmed. Thorpe. This Chestler Street pitch was never a quick one, but we can show you how it's slowed down from day 1 to day 2. Red ball reaching the batsman about 10 inches earlier on the first day. Both balls left the hand at exactly the same speed, so it's an exact indication of how that pitch has slowed.
Yeah, it's just an indication that the pitch starts fresh and there's a little bit of life in it. We saw on day 1 that there was grass, live grass, and then the effect of the roller. This means there's a little bit of pace goes out of the pitch.
Up and over the slips. There's always some support for Bangladesh. They're a very well supported side around the world. Aftab on to 75.
And hasn't he played well? 19 years of age. Confident shot there. There's no third man. And he's enjoyed it. Tiny batsman. But a lot to invest in for Bangladesh, for a young player. 75 from 77 deliveries.
Significant boundary that for Aftab. He now becomes the top scorer in this innings and the top scorer in test matches against England.
Probably is.
Lovely straight drive. Well, Aftab's giving Palmerson plenty to think about this morning. The England paceman steaming in at him.
Well, we're seeing a very good player. I think he's terrific to watch. Such a young batsman playing in a team that doesn't win. Doesn't get any better than that.
This really will give the Bangladeshis plenty of heart for that NatWest series. Tough assignment that for them against England and the world champions Australia. 311 now for 8. The Australian tourists arrived in the country early this morning, and their first international assignment is in a 2020 international match against England. That's live from the Rose Bowl down at Southampton a week on Monday. Monday, June the 13th. Sky Sports 1, 5 o'clock. Great evening's entertainment in store there. Big noise, a nod of the head, and up goes the finger. So England eventually get that breakthrough. And another wicket to Matthew Hoggard. Not perhaps at his best, but he keeps picking up wickets. Tapash Baisha goes for 18. Just 1 wicket to fall now.
Hoggard now with 4 for it's a good delivery. It pitches, it moves just enough. Invites the drive, that's what he's looking for. Geraint Jones does the rest. Good delivery, Hoggard delivery. This partnership has just ended. Baisha goes for 18 and it's 311 for 9.
Ashrafi Mortaza is the last man for Bangladesh. He hasn't got an average in double figures. And his form in this series with the bat has been slightly embarrassing. Here's Hoggard looking for the coup de grace. But it's a no ball instead. The no ball has been clearly signalled.
This is Hoggard. A little bit of movement, have a drive.
9 catches in the match for Geraint Jones.
He's still having trouble with these no balls, Matthew Hoggard, and he doesn't like it. He's worked morning, noon and night, just getting this run up right. He's had the tape measure out with the bowling coach, talking to himself there. Big chance of a 4 for 70.
Aftab's determined to express himself. Long chase for Graham Thorpe. He'll need the relay man here, who is Michael Vaughan. Aftab Ahmed into the 80s, 82. What a feat it would be if Mustafa Mortaza could stay with him, for him to register a rare Bangladesh century.
For all you people in Bangladesh, you've got a star. Aftab Ahmed has played beautifully. 13 fours and 1 6.
Well, before this innings, Mustafa Mortaza had only faced 8 deliveries in 3 innings and managed just 1 run. Bagged a pair at Lord's. Getting plenty of encouragement from Aftab, who wants him to keep going. Aftab's enjoying himself.
He's running out of partners. Mortaza looks a walking wicket.
Trescothick hangs on at first slip, and that's it. A 5-wicket haul for Matthew Hoggard. 5 for 73, leaving Aftab Ahmed stranded on 82. That's another good performance by England. Bangladesh took them into the 3rd day, but 10 test match wins in a row, a sequence stretching back to September 2003 when they beat South Africa at the Oval. England winning by an innings and 27 runs, handshakes all round. A job well done by England. They'd have liked to have tied it up inside 2 days. That wasn't to be. But Trescothick, after a little bit of a juggle, hangs on to give Matthew Hoggard his 5th wicket of the innings. Bangladesh 316 all out. Another convincing win by this very good England cricket team.
Clean-up time for Matthew Hoggard. He's finished with 5. But Aftab has played really well. An exciting young player for Bangladesh. Bangladesh themselves have scored 316, and that's a good performance from the team, who've been totally outplayed in this series, but they've got a good...
Five overs, 1 more delivery to be bowled in this over. It's been very expensive.
There's an errant bail out there, caught in the breeze. Deftly replaced. Well, from nowhere, an absolute peach from Simon Jones. It's a brilliant delivery. It goes down in the category unplayable. 208 for 5. You're allowed to smile when you miss them, aren't you? That was a super delivery. This is just what Simon Jones has been striving for. There's the length right. He's committed the batsman to the shot. Batsman gets stuck. Ball does too much. Yeah, you've got to nod and acknowledge that. Then you can smile. So it's back to Steve Harmison now at the Finkel end. Andrew Flintoff gets a break. Harmison 5 wickets in the first innings, just the 1 so far in the second. Bit of a problem with an ankle earlier on in the day. Went off at the end of a short burst early on to have that strapped. Nice line and length to start up with, not much pace.
Lovely delivery to start his spell, Stephen Harmison. Beautiful shot, just a loosener there. Just moving away after pitching. He's been a little bit expensive as well. Has gone for 54 runs in 11 overs. Just picking up the wicket. Bangladeshi batsmen have shown much more discipline in this innings. Need of hour was to stay in the wicket and pick up runs. They've done that. Earlier we saw Javed Umar Bilim grinding his way. Played some really good shots. Scored 71. Then we saw Habibul Bashar batting down the order, leading from the front. Scored his runs in scorching pace.
Stifled appeal, dismissed, out of hand this time, of course, by Sony Hill. Steve Harm's not even really involved in that.
Training down the leg side. Harm's not interested.
Just looking at the way Khalid Rashid played that, I think it's a bit of a clue as to why Bangladesh have looked better today. There's not very much pace in this pitch, and not as much bounce as they'd seen at Lord's or even in the first innings here. And so they've been able to adjust a bit better and get on top of the shorter balls too. Not entirely, but largely that's been the case. That one also goes safely down.
It's good.
And largely due to the fact that they've spent more time in the middle as well. They've played the new ball. It's in its 54 overs. It's 2-1-2 for 5.
Two on two for 5. Good session really for Bangladesh. Now we've got around about half an hour left for play. Talk you through it, David Lloyd and Bob Willis.
Thanks a lot, David. Well, here's Matthew Hoggard. Hoggard replacing Jones at the Lumley end. These two have done well. Khalid Mashood, Aftab Ahmed, put on 17 together. Khalid Mashood has been an obdurate performer for Bangladesh in this short test series. I think they could well move him up the order. Like to see him in the top 5 in the order. Very gritty player. That's through as well. Yet another boundary. Attacking fields, plenty of opportunities for the Bangladesh players to record boundaries. That's Aftab Ahmed's 3rd.
Well, you've got to feel pleased for Bangladesh that at last they're putting up a fight. It's been a much better performance, and you can tell that the team itself is growing in confidence. needed a couple of players to score half centuries. The captain has led the way, he's done that. But now Masood and Ahmed has got a partnership going. It should do them a world of good. They've been deeply disappointed by their own performance individually and as a team, and the criticism that they've got. Should they be a test match nation and so on? But when they can come with a performance like this, it's a rearguard action. It may be hopeless, but it's a much better looking card, is that?
Matthew Hoggard, by his own admission, slightly below par in this Test match series. He sets a very high standard for himself, particularly after his match-winning efforts in South Africa. He really did turn that series in Johannesburg. England completely out of sorts. They didn't win a session in the Cape Town Test match. It was Hoggard who turned the tide in Johannesburg.
The pleasing thing for Bangladesh is that they're making England work here. Had to get down to some serious work, England. When they were batting, it was embarrassing. England just clattering the ball where they wanted. But well, in this afternoon session, 216 for 5 has meant that England have to work for the rewards today. 3 for Flintoff, but the best bowler, Gareth Batty's had a go.
Yes, Flintoff by far and away the best performer. 4 off the over, 216 for 5. Partnership has developed to 21. Bangladesh, you'll remember, were put in yesterday morning by Michael Vaughan, and a similar performance to their first innings at Lord's. 108 at Lord's, 104 only here. Shahid Omar Baleem, Khalid Masood, the best players in the first innings, and both have done well in the second innings too. This is a flat pitch now, but Michael Vaughan is continuing to attack.
Bangladesh still trail by 127. They will most certainly lose the game, but it's been a better effort. Field change. Leg gully comes across and reinforces that slip cordon.
Khalid Masood has skippered Bangladesh, one of their most experienced players. He's done a good job behind the stumps for him. 29 years of age now. Playing here his 35th test. Only Habibul Bashir of this 11 is more experienced. Averaging over 20 as the team's wicketkeeper, and a struggling nation at the top table. Has made a test 100 though. Oh. Well, that's a cracking delivery from Harmison. Australia arrive tomorrow morning. They'll be taking note of deliveries like that.
Oh, this is good. Good balance at the crease from Harmison. Decent pace.
Past Thorpe at short leg, so a long chase for Simon Jones. He's got a very good arm.
Yeah, you'd think that Masood could bat higher in this Bangladesh lineup. He's got the experience, he's scored a century. Aftab Ahmed, he's only 19 years of age and he looks to be a decent player. Very young.
219 for 5. .25 overs already bowled in this session, so play should finish on time at 6 o'clock. Just 4 overs have to be bowled. We might even see more than the mandatory number in the day. A very different field for Hoggard bowling.
Well, it looks as if Matthew Hoggard will be bowling that fullish length. He's inviting the drive. There are 2 slits and a gully in position, and Michael Vaughan has placed the 2 offside fielders. Gareth Batty is one of them, just on the drive. Ian Bell also. Ian Bell at cover there. Gareth Jones in there, so he's going to invite the drive.
Harmison.
Do get my Gareths and my Garites mixed up. Gareth Batty, who's on the drive offside. And he's been quite precise in that positioning as Michael Vaughan. So when you get that position on the drive offside and then 2 slits and a gully, he's going to be bowling fullish length.
Very compact at the crease, Khaled Masood. No extravagant foot movement. Very few of those airy-fairy drives outside the off stump that some of the younger members of the team specialise in. That's well played. A lot of good things have come from the one-day game and been taken up in Test match cricket. Wouldn't have seen this sort of shot 20 years ago.
He controls it very well. No third man. .23 for Masood, 19 for Aftab Ahmed.
There'll be at least 2 more here. Ian Bell retrieving.
What I've seen different in this innings is that the batsmen look to be prepared to get in line. That movement back and across into the stumps, where in the previous innings, the 3 previous innings, they've tended to stay leg side of the ball, not getting in line. There's been a determined effort from Bangladesh in this innings. 227 for 5, just to get themselves in line.
.227 for 5. Bangladesh trailing by 116. Still 5 wickets in hand. Mohammed Rafiq due in next. Mushrafa Mortaza, Tapash Baisha and Anwar Hussain to come. David Lloyd was telling you that Andrew Flintoff has been the pick of the England bowlers. Very aggressive, bowled straighter than the other bowlers. Hoggard not at his best, going at 5 and over. Jones expensive too, very nearly 5 and over for him as well. Harmison from the Finkel end.
Now what about Steve Harmison? He left the field earlier and reports of an ankle strapping. He doesn't look to be at full throttle. He's bowled some really good deliveries in this spell, but his figures, he also is going at nearly 5 and over. I just think he's bowling within himself.
He's found the gap again. Chase for Hoggard. They decide against the 3rd run, probably wisely.
Well, it's good that Bangladesh are making England work here. Hoggard with a long chase. Always good to get the fast bowlers running around, expounding their energies. Unfamiliar position for Matthew Hoggard there at cover point. Well, I think they deserve a lot of praise, Bangladesh. Very impressive that the way that something's clicked, whether it's the coach in their ears or they've had a team meeting or whatever. But the effort, the bravery has been much better. Get yourselves in line. Now this is something different now. Harmison around the wicket. The field will change. He will have a leg gully or a leg slip. Bowling around the wicket, you can bet that he might want to attack the rib cage here.
Doesn't have to duck down very far to get underneath that one. It's good to see the smiles returning to the Bangladeshi faces at last.
Well, this lad, Aftab Ahmed, scored 50 against Australia under-19s and Bangladesh won the game. That was in the under-19s World Cup. So another little tick and a plus that he's playing in a test match here. Hanging around, 21 not out.
A despairing dive from Batty, can't stop that, so another chase for Ian Bell. Full throw, making life very uncomfortable for Geraint Jones. Michael Vaughan will be able to use Stephen Harmison, Simon Jones and Andrew Flintoff in the one-day series. Matthew Hoggard will be returning to county championship cricket before the Ashes campaign. Huge gap on the leg side and that'll race away.
.235 for 5. 8 from the over. A couple of 2s and a 4 to finish and a good shot. Aftab Ahmed gets in line. Full length ball leg side. Flick it over there.
Just about 10 minutes of play left. Only 2 overs have to be bowled. England should get in 3. Now, what length is Hoggard going to concentrate on in this over? He's bowling to Khalid Mashood, who's on 25.
That short extra cover, Gareth being moved back, just in a run-saving position. don't think it'll be.
Just these 3 fielders in a line here, saving one. Those are your catches in there at slip and at gully. Just relaxing the field a touch, England.
Michael Vaughan expressed a little bit of concern about the way Harmison and Hoggard started season. First 10 overs weren't satisfactory at Lords. Harmison has come good here with a 5-wicket haul.
Hoggard's still struggling for his best form. Looks as though Batty's going to have 1 over before the close of play.
Usual ploy from captains, just to give the spin bowler the last over. Will the batsman just relax the concentration? I think he'll only bowl 1 over, Gareth Batty.
Seen a lot of swing from Matthew Hoggard in this match. Got the ball to swing at Lords all right. Picked up figures of 442 in Bangladesh's first innings in the first test. Shout, must be very close indeed. Up goes the finger, no doubt about that one. Hoggard getting his length absolutely correct. The end for Khalid Masood, a brave innings from him, but it ends on 25 and Bangladesh now 235 for 6, still 108 adrift.
Well, first view, this looks bullseye. Full length, nip backer, traps him on the line. As soon as it misses that bat, this is going middle and leg for me. Comfortable decision for umpire Harper. Timely wicket for England. Good delivery from Matthew Hoggard. Full straight, nip backer. Might not have been at his best, but that's a good wicket at this time of the day. Decent innings from Khalid Masood, but a good delivery that's snared him. 25 for him, 235 for 6.
We shall fight on the beaches. That'll do. Thank you. Goodbye.
Leg stump. That's it, Rick. Leg stump.
Well, Mohammed Rafiq is a shot maker, but that's not his job here. He's got 1 ball to survive in this, the 59th over of the innings. Hoggard's 9th. Well, he's off the mark. Graham Thorpe, having been stood at bat pad, not moving too swiftly in the outfield. 237 for 6.
Good wicket there for Matthew Hoggard. Talked about him bowling this full length outside off stump. Get this absolutely right. It pitches nips back. Masood is on the line. He hasn't played forward. Hawkeye's view would tell us that it's leg and middle. One of those that looked out as soon as you saw it first up.
That nip back are a very important part of Matthew Hoggard's armoury. Well, what about that for a shot? Steve Harmison hasn't been used to that treatment from the Bangladeshis.
That stunned everybody. Harmison, one of the world's best. Hello. Have it. Have it.
There's no mid-on. Vaughan's given up the chase. Successive boundaries. It's been really entertaining cricket today. The match has progressed at quite a pace. England managed a run rate of 5 3/4 runs and over for all 78 overs of their innings, and Bangladesh in their second time round have been scoring it better than 4 and over.
Well, he's played 2 terrific shots there. After Ahmed, he's 19 years of age, he can play. 35 from 33 deliveries, it's a rear guard action. I think he's just gone out there and plays it as he sees it. That's what you want as a coach. If you're going to lose the game, what pluses have you got? Well, a younger player standing up.
.423 runs scored today already. This is the 90th over of the day. No loss of overs. The England declaration at lunchtime at 4:47 for 3, which left Bangladesh in theory with 60 overs to play. We may get one more.
Wonder whether Michael Vaughan will ask for the extra half hour. Bangladesh 6 down. Will Flintoff want another burst?
Well, Harmison needs to keep Rafiq down at his end. He manages that. Now 2:45 for 6. 90 overs have been bowled in the day. If the umpires are going by that clock, there'll definitely be time for one more over. Matthew Hoggard will fancy his chances against Mohammad Rafiq. Rafiq on 2, Aftab Ahmed 35. 4 wickets in hand only for Bangladesh. So it looks as though they're going to take this match into the third day. When that lunchtime declaration came, many people thought that everything would be wrapped up by this evening, but it's been a better effort by the visitors.
Well, watch this space. I think they may request the extra half hour, England. Bangladesh 6 down. Last over of the allotted. The umpires would have to assess if they think that in that extra half hour that the game can be finished. Not seeing any movement from Michael Vaughan, and chats with the umpires. I'm thinking of taking the extra half hour. What do you think? He would have to claim it, and then the umpires out there in the middle would assess whether the game can finish. Well, what do you think? 6 down. New batsman at the crease.
Well, that's the 7th wicket. Straight through Mohammad Rafiq. Thought about playing an attacking shot, then tried to defend. It was straight through him. Only 3 wickets to fall. Well, is this match going to go into a third day?
Well, England have taken that extra half hour after this. Mohammad Rafiq beaten, all ends up, neck and crop, through the gate. Hoggard strikes again, 2 for 42 now. Normally they would have come off the field, but England will have claimed that extra half hour. Now they need 3 wickets. The game is on to be won tonight. Rafiq, long trudge back for 2, 2:45 for 7.
So more success for Hoggard. 2 for 42 in his 10th over. Third umpire Nigel Long has confirmed that England are claiming the extra half hour. So that's a 6:30 finish now, or 8 more overs after this Hoggard over. England will fancy their chances. Anwar Hussain is Bangladesh's number 9. England going for the kill. They want a 2-day win here. 3 slips, 2 gullies, 2 other catches close in on the offside, and a bat pad. Well, I'm not sure what Mohamed Rafiq was trying here, David. It didn't work.
Well, I've talked about getting in line and being determined. He's very, very late, stays leg side. Decent delivery, it pitches, nips back into the left-hander. Perfect delivery, it's the top of off stump. He's a goner.
Now another job for Bangladesh now to try and take this match into that 3rd day. It looked odds on until England raced between overs to make sure that Hoggard got this over in. He started it off magnificently with that wicket of Rafiq. Bit more pace from Hoggard.
Not comfortable out there. New batsman, tail ender. Yeah, he takes a blow there.
Successful over for Hoggard. That's the wicket maiden. 245 for 7. Mortaza and Tapash Baisha to come for Bangladesh. Just 3 wickets to fall. 8 overs at England's disposal this evening. Bangladesh trailing by 98. 6:30 or 8 more overs.